Hello, this is a Grotrian Steinweg upright piano 125, model 125, 1928. Now the piano's just come into stock and I'm assessing it for what work needs doing on it. First of all, the key tops, they're very good. There's one or two that have come off and been stuck back on again like this one, but a reasonably good job of that, so the key tops aren't too bad. The polish is a combination of spray and French polish. It's not a top quality job, but the colour's very good. They've masked over as well. If you look here, they've masked over the name rather than, because you don't have to do that. You can just strip the whole thing and you can polish, and that will be more like the colour the piano will come out if you do it that way. This is what we normally do. Look here as well, this felt is a bit grainy, so it'll kind of like not wear very well. Also, we prefer more burgundy colour or brown for the Grotrian. We do a lot of Grotrian, we're very fond of them. Now, unfortunately, you didn't get a chance to inspect this piano before purchasing it, but we were quite excited about it because we like Grotrian uprights, and it looks as though it's been fully restored very well, but there is a major problem. Now, the piano was very in tune with itself, slightly flat, and also the bass strings seem to be very well made. And then as you get to the break point, that's pretty good. The Grotrians are always wonderfully constructed. Here's slightly boomy, but not too bad. It's always difficult to restring a Grotrian and get it as good as it was originally. And so the job we thought was really well done, but unfortunately there is a problem. Now, the rest plank hasn't been changed, and the problem is that the tuning pins are jumpy. If you listen to this, hopefully you can hear it. And you hear when I'm pulling it up, it just clicks, and it's very difficult to tune, to get into place, because it jumps when you're trying to tune it. And that's the case with, I think, most of the tuning pins I've tested anyway. Now in this case it is possible to tune it, that's the note there, and I've detuned and retuned it, but it's a really difficult job for a tuner and not going to be very thankful. So in previous cases, we just replaced the rest plank. There's two possible solutions to this, and one probable cause. The probable cause is that when the tuning pins are put in, you must put new tuning pins. If you're restringing it and putting bigger pins in, they really need to have chalk or some lubricant, talc, some sort of lubricant, which just makes them turn smoothly. When it's brand new, it may not be necessary, depending on what tuning block you've got, but when it's redone, it's very advisable, because quite often you get this problem. So we would always put chalk, white lubricant, dry lubricant of course. The other solution is to put a new rest plank, as we have on this Grotrian here. This was for another reason. There were oversized pins, but they were still loose, so we decided to change them. The problem with that is that it's very difficult to make it economical. See, on this one we've also redone the whole action, so to get our money back for that is really difficult. It's a labour of love, and really the price we have the piano at covers the costs and doesn't really make us any profit, so that's no good really for the business to have to do that. So the restoration has been done well. Apart from that, wonderful soundboards. You look at the shape of this typical Grotrian, such a well-made piano, and one that we delight in restoring. And if we get one in its original condition, that's really, it has a wonderful tone. So it's a shame about that. I suppose we could theoretically sell the piano with a disclaimer that it has got jumpy pins, but I don't think we've ever done that before. So have to think long and hard. It'd be difficult to make a profit out of this one. Somebody's put this bowl in here. Just thought I'd mention as an aside, that's obviously to put water in to humidify the piano if it's in a dry place. Don't recommend it, it's just because it always dries out. This one's dried out. Just if you've got a problem with humidity, try and keep the room cool. Try other ways. That's an indicator obviously that it's drying out, but it's not going to help in the long run. There's bits of regulation work to do on this too. The dampers are pulling off well, though they could pull off a bit further really with the pedal, but they're coming off too early with the key. If we put, and that one's a bit stiff, as you can see, so that's not really a problem. The dampers are coming off too early. Camera should be halfway to the string really, unless you want a heavier touch. you can put them anywhere between about where they are and 3/4 of the way, and they'll still damp properly. But halfway is better, really. Yes, I say a little bit of stickiness too. So that's not too serious. It's just this problem with the tuning pins, and you can pick it up. You can also pick up that maybe the job's not incredibly professional, because the coils, they should be a professional coil. Restringer, the coils will all be the same as each other. Some of these are a bit further in, like that one there. But I'm just picking holes. That's not really a problem. The problem is just the fact that these are clicky. As you turn them, they click, and it's really, really hard to get them in tune. As we pulled the piano out, I want to show you this wonderful X-shaped back here, a trademark of Grotrian Steinwegs. Yamaha copied this, and I actually prefer the Yamahas that come before the X, although some of the X's are really good as well. But generally, fantastic design for Grotrians, really stable pianos. So that's a Grotrian Steinweg 125, 1928, and restored, and we'd hoped it would be well restored. It seemed that way, but unfortunately the tuning pins are clicky. Nevertheless, it's a Grotrian, so we're not upset about buying it. It's really just superbly crafted pianos they are. One of the very best uprights ever made. Thank you for listening.